pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Motion to approve the minutes of the June 11th, 2015 Township Board meeting and the July 2nd, 2015 Special Board meeting.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved, supported that the minutes of the June 11th, 2015 regular board meeting and the July 2nd, 2015 special board meeting be approved, placed on file. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. None opposed? Carried. You have in front of you a copy of your treasurer's report. What are your wishes?
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved, supported that the treasurer's report be accepted as presented, placed on file. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed? Carried. The Planning Commission just met last night, so we wouldn't have their meeting minutes yet. You had a meeting of the appeals meeting of the Planning Commission?
That was a scheduled meeting with the Planning Commission on June 4th.
Okay.
Those proposed minutes were in the packet last month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in this month, you're going to have your power plan, the June 1st Bar Lake Improvement Association minutes, MTA minutes from June 24th, and so on. Any discussion on any of those matters? If not, anyone with anything to bring before the board at this time? Yes, ma'am.
Hi everyone, thank you for letting me speak. I'm Jill Novak, for those that I haven't met. I just am making my rounds. When I was elected, I made a commitment to visit all the townships and their meetings, and so that's what brings me here tonight. You're the last of the 14 townships, so I'm on a roll here. But anyway, it's kind of nice to get out in the local communities and see what happens there and the passion that people have for their local municipality. So it's kind of fun to do. And I don't really have anything major other than just to give you a few updates on what goes on in the clerk's office. As you know or may not know, we handle all election duties through our office. We work really closely with the local township clerks. And Diane, she's doing a great job for you, so I thank her very much for her conscientiousness. I'm very lucky to have her. The other couple things we do is we do all vital records for the county: births, deaths, marriages, marriage licenses, and we've had some changes in that law recently. We also do, I'm the clerk of the circuit court, so all court filings come through my office for felony cases or civil files over $25,000, and domestic cases as well. A couple things, it's just a busy place. I'm also the clerk for the Board of Canvassers, the County Board of Commissioners, the Apportionment Board, the Plat Board, the County Election Commission, the Board of Canvassers, so there's a few other duties. So it kind of keeps us on our toes. Just a couple new things that we have going on. I'm also the clerk for the Concealed Pistol Licensing Board. And there was a new law that took effect here shortly after the first of the year, where the law dissolves the Concealed Pistol Licensing Board as of December 1st, and all those administrative duties and responsibilities are given to the county clerk. So we will be, during the summer here, my staff and I will be training and learning and getting educated on what we need to do, so that's a new duty in our office. I mean, I was still the clerk of that board, but that board made those decisions, and now we'll be working with the Michigan State Police. They'll be doing the criminal history checks, and any other duties will come from myself or my staff. A couple changes to that law, I don't know, for those that have that pistol permit, before if it expired, you could then renew it at any time after that. And now as of December 1st, if it expires and you don't renew within a year of your expiration, you have to start all over again as a new permit. So the new law also says that letters will come out from my office to remind people when their permit's due, so that's something new. All the revocations, suspensions, and denials will come from my office as well. So just something new, again, that the law's changed. The couple other things that are new, I don't know if Diane's spoken a little bit with anyone about the election equipment that might be coming down the pipe here for the state of Michigan. They think that that equipment change is going to cost about $60 million to the state. And right now there's about $29,000 left over in HAVA money, Help America Vote Act money from about 10 years ago. And they're supposed to be proposing allocating $10 million each year for the next 3 years, which will make that $60 million. If they don't allocate that money, they might be asking the local township and municipalities to be donating to that cause, some type of a lease agreement maybe. And the County Clerks Association and myself, we're coming from the point that if you want this new equipment out there, then the state should be paying for it, not the locals. So that's the push that we're giving on that end. But we'll see where that goes. It looks like we might have some trial counties in 2016, but I am recommending to the local clerks that we wait until 2017, because 2016 is a huge election year, presidential election, all your seats, county seats, and it's to roll something new out in an election year is really not a smart thing to do in my book. So I'm going to propose that we wait until 2017. Hopefully maybe some of the bugs will be worked out and we can roll that out a little smoother than when we're not packed at the polls. So the other thing I just wanted to mention is, we're having an August election. West Shore Community College has a proposal on the ballot, a renewal. And Onekama Township, I think, jumped on the ballot. And we have one school that bleeds into Stronach Township. Mason County Eastern has something on the ballot. So the only thing that really affects this municipality will be the West Shore Community College renewal proposal. So, other than that, if anyone has any questions or comments or...
It seems like you have fine job security.
Well, we're always going to have births, deaths, marriages, and lawsuits and crimes, so...
Yeah.
But it makes it a busy place. It's an interesting job and keeps us hopping. So,
Good.
well, if you need anything, you know where we're at. I'm there about every day. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Anyone else? Okay, County Commissioner, he's
Not here.
going to be absent.
He's good, yeah.
Zoning Administrator?
Okay. Had no complaints. Had 5 land use permits issued and 1 land division for the month. You've already got it here on the agenda. The Bar Lake Improvement Board meets Monday, the 13th. As far as the tribal sewer, and I'm going to let Trustee Don speak to that. He's following that closely. City water, we're negotiating back and forth with lawyers right now on language. And I've been pretty busy in July already. That seems to be picking up in July also. I did want to mention I had 2 calls, even though I didn't get a written complaint. I got 2 calls on whether the township has a weed ordinance or a high grass ordinance or whatever. And we do not. And I tried to explain to those people why. And I invited them to come to this meeting and the Planning Commission meeting, and nobody showed. So, just so the board knows.
Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you. Chuck's not here, but Tommy, you're going to fill in for him?
Yes, I will. I'll get my eyes off. We had, for June, we had 4 fire-related runs. We had 22 medical runs. We had 8 training and other activities, total of 34. Personal hours was 377. Chief and officers was 183, or 138, excuse me. Total of 515 in June. Status on apparatus, ladder 131, the hydraulic pump was replaced. Seems to be working good, and that was under warranty, so won't be any money out of our pocket, hopefully. We've been talking to Amor Signs about getting our truck lettered, so they're in the process of doing that. Rescue 131, they needed a tune-up, so we took it out to have that taken care of, and they found that one of the spark plugs looked really bad on it, so they worked on that. It's running a little better. We also need a new light bar on 135R. We've had an awful time trying to keep lights in it. They keep blowing out, so I think we're going to look into replacing it soon. 133 is we still have it. They're still talking to Harrietta Schlegel, I guess it's called, about it, but we haven't heard anything back from them. And we have all the equipment off of it that we need, so we're pretty well set there. And they're still working on a training facility for the township with the Connex containers. We're looking into renting a backhoe possibly. Talking about $1,900 for the whole month to take care of everything we need there, moving the dirt and building it up so we can set these containers on either a cement slab or on some sort of a footing. We got a revenue sharing for $1,300 for new nozzles. And it says we received 98% of what we ordered for hoses for revenue sharing money. And we should have them all soon. I kind of think we have them already, but I'm not sure. We're also need to bring in a new fireman we talked with. His name is Derek Nelson. He's got a firefighter 1 and 2 in EMT, so he's all trained. All we have to do is get the okay from the board on him. We're still working on driver training and pump operations. Now that 133 is back in operations, we'll be seeing it out in a lot there quite a bit, and we'll be monking with it and getting used to running it. We also hosted a CPR class on the 24th of June at our station. Still working on SOPs for the standard operating procedures. Computer for the station to do fire and medical reports. We need that, and we have a $250 donation that we're going to put towards that. And a new computer should run around $500. We had on June 19th, 20th, and 21st, Rolling Thunder at the casino. We went and did the medical there. That went well. And then, of course, the July 4th parade, we had our unit in there. So that's about all I got. If you want to look at what's going on in the township, turn to the Manistee Township Fire Department Facebook page.
Tom, I got a question or comment. $1,900 to rent a backhoe for a month.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not sure, but chances are you don't even have an operator.
Yeah, Chuck is an operator.
Okay. But I guess for $1,900, I would think that a contractor could come in.
Well,
and
this was something he looked at.
just,
I don't know.
okay.
It's one of these deals where it might take to get enough guys, volunteers together. Maybe not going to work all at one time. We might have to do it in a layered effect, so to speak.
Well, yeah, I know, okay, but it's just something to consider, $1,900 for a whole. You can bring a contractor in, I would think, for
For a month?
Well, this is
But
for
I
the,
don't think it'd take a contractor a month.
this was for a whole month.
So I don't know for sure what he's got planned on that.
Okay.
Anyone else? So is this a recommendation from the fire officers that we,
Yes.
uh,
The
do
new guy.
what?
We bring him on as a probationary fireman.
His name is Derek
Derek
Nelson?
Nelson. And
He works at the prison.
yeah, he just started, I guess he just started at the prison. He's living I think he's living on the north side, right now temporary. He wants to try to get into the township as far as a place to live. So,
Sounds like an individual you guys could use for help.
he's real good. He's got, like I said, he's got all his training, and he's even in the, he's done some airplane fire training too, so be a good asset to the department.
With that in mind, I'll entertain a motion to accept Mr. Derek Nelson as a temporary firefighter per the request of the Manistee Township firefighter officers.
I'll support that.
Okay. Moved and supported that Mr. Derek Nelson be was it appointed? A member of the Manistee Township Fire Department as a probationary fire. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed? Thank you. Thank him. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys too.
Liquor inspector, there are no significant changes at this time. The Oaks Prison quarterly report was that they met this morning at 10 a.m. or was scheduled to meet at 10 a.m. this morning. Clara is our representative on that board, and Mr. Dons is the county representative. We don't have either, so we will not have a report, obviously. There is no July meeting for the Cromer McGinnis drain. I spoke with Mr. Smith, and he's getting things ready and anticipates a meeting in early August. Under unfinished business, anybody have anything under unfinished business? How's your survey coming?
Not coming very well.
Okay, we'll move on to something else then. Under new business, I'd just like to mention our garbage, our situation with our garbage contractor. We've had several complaints from too much garbage. We've had complaints from people stating that their garbage isn't getting picked up. They have had a couple new drivers. I just want to reiterate the terms of our contract with them. Our contract is that they'll pick our garbage up on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and everybody knows what days that is, or what day is your day, or should know by now. The limit is 2 32-gallon bags or containers per week. That's the limit. If you have more than that there, they're going to leave it. They've complained several times that people have put out more than the allotment. Don't call us when they don't pick it up, because you know the limit. Each bag or each container should be 30 pounds or less, and they start at 7 a.m. in the morning. If you need additional bags, they're here at the town hall. You can purchase 10 bags for 25 bucks. You put those bags out and they'll pick them up. If you have a circumstance where you have more than just a 2 32-gallon container. Our recycling over here, We've done a little better, but we've found rolls of carpet, we've found any number of things in that trash and leaf dumpster. That's for trash and leaves, yeah, there we go. On our leaf and grass dumpster, that's for leaves and grass only. It's not a garbage container, it's not a dumpster. We've had a lot of problems with that, and if we continue to have problems with that, that service may go away, and I don't think we want to do that.
For the surveillance camera, cats and cold.
Oh, Neckerman did that and had fits with it.
They probably stole the camera.
The other two smaller containers are for glass, metal, and plastic. And yes, you can put paper and cardboard in there, but it's a lot easier for the waste hauler and a lot less expensive for us if they don't have to sort out the paper and the cardboard. Paper and cardboard currently can go right down here to Kennedy School. It goes to the school, the schools get it, and it's a benefit to everyone if you do that. We did have a set of steps made, and a landing made to help so we don't have to pick the bags up off the ground anymore. Somehow we got them in the car, got them down there, got them out of the car, but we couldn't get them in the dumpster. Well, now we don't have an excuse because we have a set of steps and a landing. Hopefully it'll all get in the dumpster. Please don't misuse these services. These services are very expensive. And if the cost continues to go up, we may have to make an alternative decision. So hopefully we don't have to do that. Anyone else with anything on that subject? Diane, Jill touched on it, but do you want to say any comments on the election coming up August 4th?
We'll be here. Please come out and vote. We have quite a few absentee ballots out. Absentee applications out. The ballots are beginning to come back in. We have topped the 200 mark on our AV ballots, which is pretty good for this point in time. We're still 3 weeks away from the election. So if you need an AV ballot, give us a call. We'll see that you get an application and send the ballot to you. You're not going to be here to vote.
This area has been a whirlwind of activity with Judy, Karen, Diane, Connie, Loretta. I mean, it's just between the
Tax bills.
Between the tax bills and the ballots, and well, Jill, you know how much work goes into these absent ballots. It's amazing what has to happen.
Even when it's just a special election, you still have all that same jobs to do. It's a lot of work.
The procedures are the same.
Right.
It really doesn't make any difference. Since we have to do the same thing for every election, it's nice if we can just have the voters come and have the vote count high.
A lot of work done by some very highly qualified people, and we thank you all very much. I'm sorry, go.
I just wanted to ask Jill, in your presentation you were saying that Onekama was also one that would have something on the ballot. Is that school?
No, they have a road millage proposal, renewal.
Because we have some school.
Yeah, it's a renewal for that.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? The only other thing I have under new business, I guess, or FYI or whatever, they're going to be seal coating. They're going to start a seal coat program. Part of it is in Manistee Township, from Bar Lake Road to Crescent Beach Road, and from US 31 on Lakeshore Road, and from US 31 to Farnsworth Road on Coates Highway. That activity is going to take place between the 6th of this month and the 22nd of that month. But when they're going to be in that particular location,
They're on the one on Lake Shore.
or are they now? Okay.
I went up to Onekama yesterday and they were working on
Okay. Thank you.
it. You're welcome.
So stay clear of those areas if you can. Well, it's just hinders their work. Anything else?
Last month that we had some individuals here from Olson Road, talking about their road and how bad it's become, and I left that meeting and took a ride down Olson Road, and I think that, I personally would like to see that get on, the agenda or a topic that we can look at that road and see if that's possible to get done.
I went out there also, matter of fact, I walked it. I know it's hard to believe, but I took a cooler. Yes, the edges are breaking off. I did call the road commission. First off, I did call the road commission, and the field foreman, I guess is his title, is on vacation, and assured me he would get with me next week, and we'll go out and look at it. But yes, the road needs repairs, but we have a lot of roads that need repairs.
Yeah, we do.
And
And I didn't think it was so bad until I met a car and had to get over it, and that's when it's scary.
yeah, yes. And it's my understanding that there's truck traffic on the road. Okay. We'll pursue it further.
Thank you.
Anything else? Any comments, John, on the sewer at all? Anything you need to?
No, I, last month gave some dates and times for starting that fell by the wayside because they had trouble with DEQ. But I understand that that's coming along, and any day now that's supposed to be taken care of. I do not know if there is a start date per se, but it should be shortly.
Good.
Contract was awarded and Elmer's is waiting in the wings.
Anything else? You have a list of the current bills for July. Entertain a motion to pay those bills?
Make a motion to allow the bills paid as presented and placed on file.
Is there support?
I'll support it.
Been moved and supported that the bills as presented be paid, placed on file. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed? Manistee County MTA will meet Wednesday, July 22nd at the Dixon Township Hall. That's at 7 p.m. Bar Lake Improvement Board meets here Monday at 7 p.m. This Monday, the 13th. Zoning Board of Appeals, if there is, will be August 4th. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
The Planning Commission will meet here August 6th at 7 p.m. Next regular meeting of the Manistee Township Board will be Thursday, August 13th at 7:30 p.m. here at the hall. Any other public comment? Yes, ma'am.
Sarah Tucker had brought up at the last meeting about safety down at the Bar Lake Outlet Beach area. And then I see there was an article in the paper after that. One of the things that was in the paper was thinking of putting a dune back in that area, across that beach area. Is that actually a possibility, or?
There's a movement out there by some members of the Bar Lake Improvement Association to, if you remember in the spring, the road commission will come in and take their snow fence out and then push the sand lakeward to level that out. There's a movement by some members of the Bar Lake Improvement Board to retain that dune, just pull the fence out and leave the dune there. There's been no decision made on this board's part as to whether, because according to Mr. Scholden at the road commission, that's our call, whether we want them to do that or not. Now, that was initially done to protect the road.
Right. I've lived out there for 47 years. I've driven through there, I've walked through there, I've biked through that area. A dune is more of a hazard than it is a safety prevention for that area. When there has been a dune out there, and walking by it or biking by it. I know a lot of new people to the area don't realize that a dune is sand and it's going to blow off. And when it's a dune, it blows off right into your face. It stings the face, it blinds you. The way it is now, flat, it stays down by the feet. So it's actually safer without a dune, if you can understand that. Also, I don't know if anybody here has ever gone down to appreciate the view that is there with it flat, and how many people use that area to sit and watch sunsets, sit on the benches and read a book. Motorcyclists stop there all the time for the view, for the relaxation, for a break. Bicyclists stop there all the time. I think that if a dune is put in there, not only is it not going to prevent the Bar Lake outlet from having sand or snow across it. That's never going to happen. You can't deal with Mother Nature. She gets a temper fit, you're stuck. That's all there is to it. And Lake Michigan. We've been down there for 47 winters, and it's life. It's northern Michigan, it's Lake Michigan, that's it.
Part of their contention, if I may interrupt, part of their contention is that if there's a dune there, then the dune on the east side won't build anymore. And the argument is that the sand is going into the outlet, and then the outlet is becoming shallower. I'm having a hard time. They want the water level higher, but they don't want.
They want a dam, but they don't want it blocked off. Well, I think what
this board hasn't taken a position on that. We haven't even discussed it.
What one of the things that they were saying, I thought, anyway, way I was understanding, is that they didn't want the sand hauled over to that side anymore. It's not going to. They're not going to stop the sand from blowing across there because it's going to blow. So if you did not take it across the road, where would it go then? If you wanted to keep that area flat, what would you do with the accumulated sand from the
permit allows the road commission to push that sand lakeward only.
Okay.
Mark was out there, the road commission manager was out there at this meeting, and he was unaware, as you know, I didn't see him do it, so who knows. The contention is that they were picking the sand up on the west side and hauling it over and dumping it on the east side. They're not supposed to do that.
Okay.
According to the DEQ. Wait a minute, not DEQ, the Corps of Engineer permit. The Corps of Engineers allows them to push that sand lakeward, back towards the lake.
And in regard to safety issues down there, and I know during the summer with all of the beach combers that come there, it does get a little crazy, but fortunately for all the years we've been down there, there's never been a problem with an accident or anything of that sort. One of the things I think that would help the area during the summer with the beach is if there were diagonal lines drawn as to park facing the lake, so that they like to park parallel, and the doors are opening onto the road. Children are trying to get in and out of the vehicle on the road. So if there were lines drawn showing them, because they don't understand, park parallel or park diagonally facing the lake. The doors won't open out onto the road. Little children aren't going to be trying to get in and out of the car on the road. And another good thing would be to put no dogs allowed.
We've discussed the parking quite extensively at different times. You're right what you say about the doors, etc. Then you're backing out onto the curb. It's not the answer, I don't have the answer, but also the dune itself. Everybody comes in with a safety issue in regards to that corner, and then they try to make the safety fit as to what their objective is, okay? It's a moving traffic that is the hazard, whether they hit a parked car or a child, heaven forbid, or a bicycle, whatever it might be. If the dune was there, chances are the driver wouldn't be looking out over the lake and taking in all the sights if he was by a dune. Now, whether it's the driver's fault or not for somebody to dart out in front of him, chances are he might be more on the ball if he wasn't gawking at the sights. Just food for thought.
Well, and it, like I say, when I've lived down there for 47 years, and even when there has been a dune there, people are gawking.
Well, they're gawking and driving down a two-track in
Right.
the woods. I
Exactly.
understand that, but
Exactly. I think a lot of it out there is the fact that those of us that have lived out there for so long know the area and we watch. You know, you gotta be a cautious driver no matter where you are.
right.
But I was just interested into whether they were going to actually construct a dune there again or not.
I believe that the gist of the discussion at that meeting was to, the possibility of letting that dune rebuild itself naturally, not haul anything in there, but to let it rebuild itself over the years. This is the gist that I got of the meeting. And as I suggested, that this board hasn't discussed it or made any.
Well, I realize it's a new issue, you probably didn't get into it yet, but, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else?